I have the first Rolex Daytona given to a race car driver for winning a race.
That's a big ass watch.
So you say, you're the one that made me buy it.
I tried to make you buy it over many years.
Yeah.
And then the price kept going up and up and up.
And
but it's
when
still.
he received it was one of the greatest fits I've ever witnessed.
Why don't you tell everybody what happened? Remind them what happened.
I don't remember.
I do. Go
This
ahead,
piece of
Zuckerman.
shit will never see the light of day again.
Why did you talk me into this? Here we are with my two most misbehaved and favorite guests, Jerry Seinfeld, Paul Zuckerman, Esquire. Gentlemen, good to have you back.
Good to be back in the hammock.
Yeah.
This is the hammock. We don't work here. We
No.
just swing.
And it's going to be a good show. We're going to have some fun tonight. You brought a car for us to look at. It's your birthday coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What is Jerry actually today when this airs? I think yesterday was your birthday.
Oh.
But ahead of this, what are you planning for your birthday? How does Jerry Seinfeld celebrate his birthday?
My kid is going to take me to Brooklyn to a pizza place that I saw on Instagram that looked pretty good. I go, that's what I want for my birthday. I want a slice of that pizza. So we're going to Brooklyn and getting a pizza.
Do people, given your success and your wealth, do people give you presents?
I hope not.
He hates presents.
I don't. Right? It's like why I don't like people to go through that difficulty. What can I get you? Don't just my tradition, which I'll tell you what it is, which you should take, and anybody that has kids, you should too. If you have a kid or kids, for all birthdays, stop presents, no presents. You write a letter.
Agree.
I've told you this.
I agree with you too.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I get letters from the kids and from my wife on my birthday. I don't want any that letter will mean more to you. They just write about, where things are at. It's nice.
Do they sweat it out?
I don't care. I don't know.
I remember you calling me once. Your daughter sent you this letter and it made you cry. It was so emotional.
I have one other requirement. No one can be contrary on my birthday. Whatever it is, just agree with me. If I say I'm going to buy McDonald's, all of them, just say, okay. If I'm going to go to the moon, okay. Mm-hmm. Whatever I say, just don't disagree with me.
Because every substance and second of your life is about conflict.
That's right.
It's nothing. Imagine he walks in the door and it's all conflict all day. Not only in the cases, but in the people that you're working with.
Right.
Everyone is conflicting with everyone else. How do you take that?
I have to, like you, I compartmentalize.
Right.
But you remember that one Father's Day, Andrea asked me what I wanted for Father's Day, and I said, I want you to put on a sandwich board. And I wanted to say, I'm a pain in the ass. And you're going to stand in front of the market where all your friends come in and out. And you're just going to stand there wearing that. On both sides, it says, I'm a pain in the ass. And that'll make me happy for Father's Day.
That is nice.
You like that?
That's very sweet, yeah.
I do remember that. It was hard to forget that. I love the sandwich board reference.
Sandwich
I think
board.
that is a great way to publicly shame the sandwich board.
Yeah, like it's
Anybody.
1922. Like anybody even knows what a sandwich board is.
I drive slowly in the left lane and don't let people pass. I'd like to see that sandwich board.
Yeah, because they don't have the stocks anymore, like
Yeah.
in Massachusetts, where they put those people in the stocks.
Now we're going back another couple hundred.
Well,
Yeah.
they know the sandwich board will work for me.
Sandwich board.
Yes.
All right.
Here we are.
Here we are. It's car time.
It's car time. Usually this time of year, we talk about a couple things. I always text you on 80 bathing suit day.
80 bathing suit day. Yeah.
That's May
Which is a
1st.
reference to, no, it's April 18th or something like that.
Yeah.
When we'd go to the Malibu Country Mart, they used to have that Hurley bathing suit place,
Yeah.
and Jerry would go in on 80 bathing suit day and buy the most outlandish bathing suits to embarrass his family.
Yeah.
And he'd wear them, a different suit right every weekend for the whole summer.
Yeah.
But then we would discuss which cars are coming down to Long Island. Your summer choices and how do you make those choices? Have you
Right.
made those choices?
Yeah, the choices have been made.
Like,
Well,
here, let me ask. Sorry to interrupt. The ST, will that come down?
the ST is there. The ST has now become what I would call
Is it a core?
it's a clothing car. It's like sometimes you get a sweater. I happen to like this jacket. There are those clothing items that just land on you, they fit you, and you go, yeah, I'm going to wear this a lot. Wow. And that car I think is that.
So you're still in love with that thing.
Yeah, I love the engine responsiveness. I love the gearbox, the steering. I just feel like they really focused it very tightly. It's a tightly focused car of what they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The problem with cars, all cars, is they always have to serve many masters.
Okay.
Right?
The problem with cars, all cars. Okay.
You can't just make a car for one thing.
Right.
Or one
It has to. If you're going to sell a number of them,
Right.
Yes.
it must have a broad envelope of appeal.
It's not bespoke. It's off the hanger.
Right. So this car does not serve many masters. It serves one. The Porsche purist guy who just wants that Porsche vibe, that Porsche sense of just how much comfort and how much firmness you want from the suspension, from the steering, from the gearbox, from the pedals, and especially from the engine and the, that single mass flywheel. The whole thing, it all comes together. It's symphonic.
Well, now you have to cut back to that time. He was on my patio in Baldwin Hills. And we had just driven the ST, and he had the GT3 RS, which we didn't yet have access to. And then he talked. When we said how great the ST was, he talked. He looked down his nose at us, and he gave this long-winded explanation about the old surgeon and the robotic machine, the prostate doctor. Remember?
Yes. Right.
And what would you rather have? Wouldn't you rather have the latest in technology?
That was a good rep.
Yeah, it was a good whole thing that you unfurled on us and you squashed us with it because we weren't familiar.
In my profession, in case you don't know, which is not that different from yours, in fact, it's identical, whether I believe it or not is not the point. It's how well I present it.
That's true.
One of the greatest lines of the series, which happened to be mine, I'll take a small credit. George, when he's teaching someone to lie, he says, remember, it's not a lie if you believe it. One of our best lines.
Very predictive.
Very good line.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So anyway, whether I meant that or not, it doesn't matter to me.
We were in the hangar this morning before we went for coffee, and there's a GT4 RS there.
Just like that? The car he
I'm
wasn't
never
getting?
selling this. You guys sold yours, right? I'm never selling this.
Opposite man.
No, now he's very excited to hold on to this GT4 RS, which he wasn't getting when we had ours.
That's right.
I'm not going to get one. And then we were like, we're trading ours up. I'm getting one. Now I'm never, you guys don't have it. I'm never selling this. And let me tell you why it's the greatest.
We're back to my first experience of this with the 918. I'm never getting that car.
Yeah.
You don't want that car, sir. Come in. You don't want the 918 in the VIP program. I'm not getting that.
I was on his side on that one. The lease price was ridiculous.
I understand.
On the 918?
I thought it was $25,000 a month.
It was 15 for like 8 years. It was forever.
What?
The lease payment.
At that point, as usual, I had squandered whatever cash I had, so I didn't have any money for the 918. And Porsche Finance was going to make a special deal for Zuckerman, which was just pay for the rest of your days for like this crazy sum per month forever.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it was the closest thing to a residential mortgage that they ever
it was
created.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like a
It was literally, it was going to be something close to 10 years at $15,000 a month.
I thought it was more, and that's not a residential mortgage for most folks. That's like an office.
I'm just talking about the length of time.
Yeah, no, I know.
The length of time. It was
an insane offer.
It was insane.
I thought.
And it wasn't even a Weizsäcker package.
Yeah.
It was the one car they were making.
Wow.
Without that package.
Have you ever driven one?
No.
I have.
It's a shame.
It's 20. Is it 20? Is it 10 years now?
12. It
Really?
came out in 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there. It's up there with the Carrera GT.
It's
in
better.
Unique experiences.
It's better.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
In what way?
It's easier. It's more fun. As crazy as it sounds.
Yeah.
Because of the electric.
Yeah.
It handles better. It's better made.
I can't say.
I don't know if
These
you
years-
would like it.
How do I know?
You had a Carrera GT. It was seal gray. That was
Yeah,
a
a
bad
terrible
color.
color.
But did you like it? I don't think that's you. It's too.
I drove that car.
Too flash for you.
No, but look at what's happened to values on that car.
Values is another conversation.
What was that car at the time? Like 300?
No,
trending downward.
It was which one? The Carrera?
The Carrera GT.
Oh, the Carrera GTs went into the 2s at one point.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of them. In 2007, they had a bunch of them at O'Gara next to my office.
Wow.
And I walked over there, and they were, you can have this for 270, 280. They had 2 or 3 of them. Wow. I said, yeah.
What are they now?
Couple mil.
7 figures, yeah.
Right.
They're very expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I still think that car's a little more special than the 918, but there's time.
But
the 918 is newer.
Seal gray was an awful color on that car.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And driving a Carrera GT is so rewarding because it's difficult.
Because it's scary.
The sound is just unique.
Yeah.
It's the only car that I've ever driven that sounds like that.
Yeah.
When you're at speed. I remember exactly, I was shooting Car Matchmaker in Westwood, and I remember where I was on Sepulveda, where I hit that sound, and I just went, oh my God, that sound.
Yeah, it's a crazy sound.
That car, you used my car in that show.
I did. I shot with it.
What did you get for it?
I bought it at what would be considered a bargain today. It instantly went down by 20 to 25%, and I started to sweat about it. And then the minute it came back up to the number that would be a bargain today, I bailed out.
Right.
Because I didn't like the color.
Right.
It wasn't getting.
But did you like driving it?
No,
you didn't.
There were moments.
Yeah, you really have to be in a very specific situation.
Right. If you're in traffic, it was no good. It was rough. It was very challenging with that first gear. Even with it was an 04, so I didn't originally have that software update that helped you get it into gear.
Right.
But yes, if you were actually underway and you were playing between second and third and fourth, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you drive yours, Jerry?
Not that much. I drive the 918 a lot, though.
918.
I like that car.
Let's talk about RaceDeck, and then we got to finish the question about what you're bringing down to Long Island. But first, RaceDeck, the original modular flooring system engineered for the garage with over 33 patents and proudly made in the USA. Installs in just hours without toxic epoxy coatings, adhesive mess. It's a snap. Over 20 styles to transform your ugly garage into the coolest garage on the block.
Yeah, that looks pretty good, that stuff.
There's some good stuff there, yeah. These are all the garage testimonials there, different people's garages, and they've done some installations there.
Do you have this in your house?
Yeah, I do. Look at that, the Starsky and Hutch mobile. What is that? It's a little known fact, but my greatest love is collecting Starsky and Hutch cars. I love nothing more than getting all bricked up and driving them around the city after 3 a.m. Jerry Seinfeld. Wow.
Look at that.
How does that happen? I didn't know you collected
Did you see
those.
your name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you write that?
No.
That's weird.
My greatest love is collecting. No, that's fake.
You sure?
Anyway, RaceDeck is not. Self-draining design allows for liquids to flow freely to drains or out the door. Check out racedeck.com and use code SPIKE911 for an exclusive 15% off and free shipping. RaceDeck.com. Thank you, Jorgen, our friend and Porsche nut from RaceDeck.
So I was in my garage just a bit ago, and
Missed.
Sonny Nutter
Sonny Nutter
was testing a Bonneville or a Triumph.
Yeah.
And it froze me solid. That's the sound of that engine.
I just sold mine.
I know.
Look what
he does.
He's doing it again. He's doing it.
But
you're a Grisha.
A little
That's
mixture.
what Alan King used to do. You remember Alan King? He used to talk about a Grisha, which is somebody that likes to turn the knife.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're right. That sound is...
That is a crazy sound that
so
thing makes,
good.
right?
And when he
is that the best internal combustion sound off the
next
top of your head?
for a motorcycle? For me, yes. For vintage. Totally.
Yeah.
Carrera GT and then the Triumph Bonneville in the 60s.
Right.
Amazing sound.
Yeah.
But with the right intakes.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is the best sounding car?
Oh, that's such a tough question.
What about the Jag?
The Jag has an
Straight
amazing sound, just the right amount of burble.
Yeah.
That really does have a great burble. And when you put your foot in it,
Right.
It sounds like a 60s. You called it motorsport or sport driving.
Right. What kind of situation do you have to be in that car makes sense for the drive? It's got to be a weekend, obviously. You're not taking that to work.
I will.
You know, there's a guy in Manhattan that drives a red one every day.
He looks, and he's been really driving that car every day. It shows. But I'll take it to work in the morning and I leave. I'm not really in any rush hour because I leave early. I go home late. It's really about temperature. It has to be. There's something about that car that calls for mid 60s. Right, you have to be 65 to 70 degrees.
Right.
It has to be the right sun. There's something. So it's an environment car.
My Morgan +8.
Did that make it down to Long Island?
Yeah, that doesn't leave there.
Oh, really?
Oh, that doesn't
okay,
leave.
so that's there all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Wow.
And I never put the top up. And my number's 38 degrees. I've had it out. If it's sunny, into the high 30s with the heat all the way on and gloves, I will drive it.
Well, you have coverage. I don't. So there's a temperature differential that you can handle. I can't. I can't go that low because this gets cold.
Well, you could put a little kepi on.
I never
38
have
is
one.
cold.
38, but
really
if it's
cold.
sunny and the heat's blasting,
it's okay.
It's fun.
Yeah. What else made it down there?
Well, 356s are fantastic in Long Island because you got those 2-lane roads, and they're and everybody's so aggravated in the Hamptons in the summer. That car, it calms you down, it calms other people down.
Yeah.
So I like the 356s. I have a Speedster, I have a 59 Carrera GT, the Andy Belling car.
The Condesic.
Yeah. And 912s I love out there too.
Yes. I have a neighbor who said, I want a vintage car, Porsche, for Brentwood to drive around. And I said 356. What, he said, well, what should I look for? And I said, good question. Like, yeah, but what one 356 would you recommend for someone who likes Porsches but isn't really as deep into Porsches as we are?
A 356C.
Correct.
A C. From what years?
A C or an SC.
A C or an SC.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
64,
I said
65.
SC. 64, 65.
Yeah.
And, and preservation, right? As original as we can get it? Or
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
For a guy like that, and something 12 volts.
Yeah, right.
Let him have a 12 volt.
Let him have it.
Let him have a 12 volt. Don't give him a 6.
What does matter?
Well, who are you talking to?
It's just a friend. Makes movies. But, I showed you one of the cars he was thinking about, and we both agreed it was too tarted up.
I mean, I've gone on about 912s quite a bit on this show.
Right.
The 912 is the next level of 356. It's the same engine.
Right.
But you get a 911 chassis and, of course, body, which is more practical, and they're gorgeous in the 60s. And I mean, a 912 is an amazing car.
So you think that's better than a 356?
It actually is because, the visibility is so much better and it's so much more of a real car.
Right.
And we don't have one, of course. If we did have one, but we don't. He has them all, but we don't have one.
I've really got the market cornered on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw Bill this morning. He has Jerry's old VW work van, which looked great. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Jerry, when Bill walked away, said, I really got to figure out how to get this back. And I said, it's really simple.
Yeah.
Let's find Bill a 912.
If I had that double cab piece of shit he has. If I had that in the Hamptons, I'd be the king of the Hamptons. That'd be the coolest car in the Hamptons.
If you're not the king of the Hamptons, who is right now?
I gotta look it. That shows.
Who are give me the 3 contenders other than you who might be the kings of the Hamptons? Who are those people?
Alec Baldwin used to be.
Okay.
Because he was the biggest celebrity out there.
Okay.
But now, obviously, Paul McCartney is the king.
Obviously. Billy Joel, is he still out there?
No, he's in Sag Harbor.
He is? Okay.
And Jimmy Fallon. So it would be me, Jimmy Fallon, Paul McCartney, and Alec Baldwin hanging on to very little power at this point.
And
he's just... Hey, what about Ralph? Is Ralph in the Hamptons?
Ralph's in Montauk, yeah, but he's not there enough. Guys like Alec and Paul McCartney and I, we will just walk around the streets unadorned.
Right.
No sunglasses, no hat. just meeting and greeting the hoi polloi.
Asking for king votes.
Yes. It's like
So you're saying the Volkswagen is the tipping point. If any one of you gets this
If
bus.
I had that, when I had, remember my 67, that creamy camper van. I had the split window bus camper van.
Yeah.
And the cops would all say that Seinfeld has the coolest car in the Hamptons. Because everybody else is trying to show off.
Right.
So you go the other way.
Yeah, if the Suffolk County cops think you're cool, you're cool.
Cool.
You're cool. I can just see
wait,
in
so
production they're going to put a little crown on his head when he says, "I'll be king of the Hamptons." Ding! Crown goes
I
up
didn't know
there.
the Hamptons had a king. I'm very excited.
King of
about
Hamptons.
this.
Yes.
So the king of the Hamptons is king for all Hamptons.
Yes.
Southampton, East Hampton.
Yeah.
But not Montauk. Montauk's its own vibe.
Montauk and South are really of a lower echelon.
Montauk people, listen.
Lower echelon.
Yeah, Montauk is two hipster young people surfing clubs. It's
Look at his
become an
face, like
annoying
a
place.
Silver Lake of Long Island.
Yeah, exactly.
Fat,
It's Silver
fat
Lake. Yeah.
Gilgo Beach
This
Killers.
is like an
and-
episode of FX's The Feud.
Yes. And he's going to be the Hampton King, and he's going to then own Hampton Court, all the motels and hotels.
Is there an ermine cape? Is there any sort of scepter?
An ermine cape. What first podcast to mention the ermine cape?
But not the last. What are you looking for these days? Anything? You sold the 917.
I was kind of getting interested. I watched a video by a very strange Eastern European man about the quality of the Volvo B20 engine. I sent it to you.
Yes.
And that kind of hooked me.
The two-stroke?
No, that's the Saab, not the two-stroke. Volvo.
Do you want to pull something up here on the browser? You can show us what you're talking about?
Yes, it's called The Red Brick. And it's a YouTube video about the legend of the red brick or something like that.
The four-cylinder, four-stroke that goes forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the reason Volvo's logo is the circle with the arrow, which you think, oh, that's a symbol for masculinity. That's how your mind works.
That's how my mind works.
It isn't. It isn't.
I never even noticed it.
You never noticed the Volvo?
I never thought it was men or women.
Yeah.
I could never keep that straight, by the way, which one is which.
Oh, really? You find that difficult to
Yeah,
keep
I do.
straight?
Yeah.
The women is the circle with the cross on the bottom. And
Is
the
it?
male is the circle with the arrow coming out like 2 p.m.
I'm with you, Zuckerman. I had no idea.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, here.
my
Hold
God.
on. Look, this is this thing.
Yeah. Okay. So if you watch this video, this guy will addict you.
What is
brick
that?
inside the car?
Oh,
so
I see.
he explains to you. By the way, to finish that symbol, the Volvo symbol, is the symbol of iron. Swedish steel is apparently of a different quality than steel made in every other place. And that's why these Volvo engines lasted. Yeah, this guy. I love this guy. I watched this whole video multiple times.
What's his name? Just driving for answers. We don't know who his name is, but you've watched it multiple times.
Multiple
Whoa, look
times.
at that.
Yeah, because
Okay,
it's
this.
very nerdy and weird. And he explains to you the culture of this particular engine and why it lasted so long. And it's a very counterintuitive kind of enthusiast car, Volvos. You know, it's like they're not really fun to drive. It's like this Mercedes 220. I love diesels. I love things that came out better than they were intended.
Right.
That's an exciting thing when it happens in human culture. Because most things come out worse.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, something comes out better. This would be a case of that.
Is this guy speaking English?
He is, with the heavy accent. But he's a very serious engineering type.
Wow.
And he shows you how these engines with incredible mileage on them do not wear. So I decided I had to have a Volvo. So I bought a 73 1800 ES, which is that weird
Yep.
Google that one up,
wagon type
Cameron.
Yep.
one. So it's like an old car in the front and a new car in the back.
What's the model, Jerry?
1800 ES, Volvo 1800 ES.
There you go.
Yeah.
What color did you
Light
get?
green. They're very
Oh,
rare. They have
look.
one on the bottom right there.
Oh, wow.
You've seen this car, Spike.
I don't think I have.
Yes, you have. You saw it in my
Mint,
hangar.
that looks like mint green. Wow,
And
that's beautiful.
That's been messed with some filtering.
Yeah.
It's not that nice a green, but it has 136,000 miles, and which is nothing for a Volvo. But
Does this come down to the Hamptons?
yeah, I'm the doors are falling off, and it needs a couple things. But
See, I think this makes you the king of the Hamptons.
Really?
I see you in this, and yeah, I'm giving you the ermine cape. There you go.
He gets it with the scepter, the cape, the whole
You might not
thing.
get the scepter.
so this is my eccentric interest of the moment.
Yeah, yeah. This is good. I don't think you're going to sell it for $25 million, but you'll be happy.
I'll be happy.
How does it drive?
It's, a guy with all the Porsche experience we have, anything you get in
Right.
feels dull. It feels like not responsive,
Right.
heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything Porsches are, light, quick,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
responsive. But it's fun to drive, and it's so nicely made, and it's, quirky Swedish character. I like it. You know why I really love it? When we started in this game, every car exemplified its national character.
That is true.
So distinctly.
That is true.
And that is what was so intensely addictive to us as young guys.
And that is true because the Scandinavian cars were so peculiar.
Right.
They had their own language, but it was appealing, unlike French cars, which had their language, but were not necessarily
British, German,
Yeah.
Italian. So each was
Yeah.
so distinct. Now, of course, it's all mushed together, and like everything else, just become very boring.
Put in a blender.
By the way, there are a couple of Gianni Agnelli cars coming up for auction. One of them I was a little interested in. He has a 4x4 Fiat Panda, which is a car I've always liked.
Which
You know that
auction?
car?
Which auction?
I don't know. It's a closed auction. You just got to mail in a bid. But I'm not going to do
Like
it. But
in-
I love Agnelli
Yeah, yeah.
because he was so
How does that
stud.
work? You just mail a bid in?
Yeah.
If they're opening pieces of paper like that?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem efficient.
No, it
Nor
doesn't.
Why would you do that?
Nor does it seem very legit. Like,
Yeah.
this one, this one. Oh, this guy, he's my friend. And he wins.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're constantly on the move or just tired of skipping meals, Huel has you covered.
Huel.
Huel.
Oh, Huel. You've done it again.
They're today's sponsor, spelled Huel. It says here in the
Huel.
copy. Huel. And their Black Edition ready to drink is a total game changer. It's a complete meal in one bottle, 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, high fiber and low sugar, so you feel full. I take them everywhere I go because I play tennis and I put them right in the bag
Oh,
and I
really?
drink them and I love them.
What is it?
Oh, it's lots of things, Jerry.
What is it? A liquid or solid?
I can't.
What is it?
It's both.
It's a liquid.
Like what comes out of you after you eat it?
Look,
You go,
here's
is that liquid or solid?
here's the Huel energy drink.
Oh, there's one right there.
Well, this
what
is
a
the
coincidence.
This is the energy drink.
No, Huel.
Oh,
You've
Huel.
done it again.
You've done it again. No prep, no cleanup, just grab and go. Huel already sold over 500 million meals around the world, and now it's your time to try it. Do they have testimonials here? Oh, they do, I'm sure.
Oh.
Lots of people have written about how much they like Huel. Look, see? Oh, wait.
Black edition with a black guy. Is that a good idea? Who's marketing this? Jesus Christ. Do we have an HR department? Huel! Get it together! We're marketing here to an enlightened audience.
Why is that a problem? That's just what it's called.
Hey, there's my name again.
Wait, what does it say? Huel, Huel Black
This is
Edition
amazing. I'm all over this show.
gets me all bricked up. Just one bottle and I'm Lego locked. Jerry Seinfeld, AOL.com. Wow.
Yes.
Anyway, go to
Is this a prank?
new
You
customers.
guys pranking me?
Get 15% off and a free gift at Huel.com. When you use my code Spike911, don't miss out. Try it today. Huel.com. Is it a prank? I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening half the time in this show. Hey, that almost hit the lens. Oh, let's talk about this car.
What car? My car. Your
What
Yeah.
car?
And Jerry, you can take us through it.
This.
Cameron on the camera. You just tell them where to go, what you want to show
that
us.
Looks fantastic. So this is the least costly Mercedes you could buy in 1969. It's a 220 diesel. I think it's about 60 horsepower. This particular example is an absolute preservationist dream. It is a 19,000 mile, all original inside and out, beautifully preserved car. We got to pop the lid because the engine looks so cool in this car, right?
Okay.
But when I was a kid, those I was a kid. I'm not lying. Those wheels, I had a thing. I don't know what it was, but they just looked, I don't know, just cool. I love those silver wheels that Mercedes of the late 60s had. But the fun thing of this car to me is I like this rich guy company making a car for people that don't have much money.
Right.
That just really appeals to me as a cool thing.
This morning when I drove by your hangar, I saw this car and I went over and I couldn't stop looking at it. The color, which whatever this rich dark green is.
It's called olive green, and the interior is called tobacco.
And the texture of the seats. Cameron, show the interior, just the texture on this leather.
And that is MB. It's not leather. It's MB-Tex, isn't it?
I don't know.
Look at that. Look at that, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And then also on the dash, there's a texture to it that just gives it such depth. Look at that. Oh, man. This
Cameron,
car has me freaked out.
It's really fun. Get a shot of the gear shift knob, the numbers on it. That little black, see, when in the 60s on Long Island, when everybody just had Buicks and Pontiacs, a thing like that, like a stick shift with numbers on it, was the most exciting thing.
Particularly a delicate shift rod.
There's your
all of those
ID
U.S.
there.
cars.
Yeah, there's my airport ID next to it. But it's almost kind of sports car-y, and it's not. And there's nothing really sporty about it, but it does move down the road very well. It has lots of low-end torque, and just everything about it works as you would, the way it looks like it works. It's just a very elegant, industrialized a piece of machinery. If you like machination, this car has it. The engine is very noisy, but it's smooth. It's only a 4-cylinder.
Should I open up the engine?
Yeah.
The front hood?
Yeah.
Do it. You can watch.
Okay.
And this was designed also, I think, by Paul Bracken. Was it Bruno Sacco? Is that?
I think this is a Bruno Sacco design. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's of course one of the great Italian genius that did most of Mercedes stuff.
And it's interesting how he was ahead. He's smoothing out the pontoon fenders on this car more than any other design of the era.
Tell him what to do.
Yeah, he's got it.
Okay. But take a look at the engine, and it's obviously very clean, and because it's only 19,000 miles, but it just looks like something that's really built to last many centuries.
Boy, what a look. Look at how beautiful this car is. I'm really taken by this car. Where did you find this car?
Our old pal, what's his name?
What, JG?
JG Mellon.
JG Mellon from Mercedes Motoring.
Yeah, he referred me to it, and I pursued it. And the guy who owned it only drove it on weekends and drove it to a lot of Mercedes shows. It was a Pacific Northwest car. I think it was Oregon. And I just love that era, the late 60s, and I love diesels because they're so pragmatic. And
this car has that glow plug that you're always talking about.
yeah, the glow plug.
Do you want to give us a glow
Sure,
plug demonstration?
I'll show you how that works.
We should be able to hear you on the iPhone. There goes Jerry off to ignite the glow plug, Zuckerman, as he walks over, opens the car door.
All right, and this is what you're going to have to get a shot of this thing here. This is the little, it's people call it the salt shaker. And you look in there, and when it turns orange, the car is ready to start. Just watch in those little holes, and you'll see a little orange glow in just a second.
Okay, it's black. It's black.
Look at it. We're all looking.
So this is how, look at how long you have to wait, Zuckerman, to start this thing.
And eventually you will see an orange glow.
There it is. See that little orange glowing?
Yep.
There it comes, and that means you can pull it all the way out, and the car starts.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Now he's going to asphyxiate us.
Now this knob here, I can adjust the idle speed a little slower or faster so it's smooth while it's warming up. I want it a little faster while it's cold. And then
We're dying. We're dying.
We're dying.
What?
They're yelling, "We're dying." We're gonna suffocate because we're inside.
Amazing. Wow, that was really cool, Jerry. That looked really neat.
Don't miss the badge on the trunk that says 220 diesel.
All right, show us the badge on the trunk.
And of course the door close, which is one of the greatest Mercedes features.
And then the procedure for closing the hood right here. Drop. And then a push. Wow.
So
what a
satisfying.
car.
Made like
Amazing.
a tank. They made.
Amazing. Very nice. Would you really consider selling that car?
No.
But he likes to tease. He likes to see how far we'll go.
Depends what we're talking about.
Yeah.
They made hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, but
I know.
There's not one like this. They were all used as intended.
Right.
They used as intended and used up.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Same with these Volvos, by the
Right.
way. Nobody bought a Volvo and thought, oh, this is a special car, I'm going to save it. You can find Porsches, Mercedes, Ferraris like that, but not these cheap cars.
All right, come on back, Cameron. Now a short message from our sponsor, Sonic Power. You ever notice how crumbs only show up after you finish cleaning?
Yeah, I have noticed that.
It's like they wait for you to put the vacuum away. 1 minute your couch is spotless, and the
Before
next
I eat, there's no crumbs. And then after, I see there's crumbs.
That's right. Tortilla chip shards under the cushion like it's an Airbnb. Well, not anymore, my friends. Enter the Sonic Power Mini Vacuum. It's like the Navy SEAL of cleaning gadgets. Silent, precise, and ruthless on glitter. Look at this.
I like
a powerful cordless portable vacuum designed to extract crumbs from Johnny Lieberman's beard. Amazing. For only $69.99, it's so small it fits right in your car's cup holder, your console, even your glove box, which finally gives your glove box a purpose besides storing expired insurance cards and one single tic-tac.
Don't be funny if you're in advertising and you're not funny.
So if you're tired of those crumb gremlins, do you like that line?
No.
Okay, we'll work on it. Haunting your every move, grab the Sonic Power Mini Vacuum. It sucks in the best possible way.
Oof.
No?
Really bad,
Okay.
guys. Really, really bad. Back to work. Get back in the room.
There's some guy.
No,
he's
if
If
gonna
you want to know what it's like to work with Jerry, this is it. He demands, find good lines.
there's some
If
poor-
that's
Don't
what
take
we're
it personally.
doing, that's what we're doing.
That's
Let's
what we're
do
doing.
it.
Visit sonicpower.co. That's sonicpower.co. And use code SPIKE for 10% off. That's SPIKE for 10%.
And if you're the Sonic Power CEO, you got some work to do.
Some poor copywriter is committing suicide in a week.
You know, I'm pretty sure Sonic has been waiting on the sidelines for a Jerry Seinfeld show. I think I saw in the notes say, please, we'd like to be in a Jerry Seinfeld show.
Well, there you are.
And there you are.
There
Are you
you
happy? Are you happy, Sonic?
So there is a car coming in.
The car's coming in.
The car that's coming in.
It's an Italian
is
M3.
Italian M3.
Okay.
Courtesy of our friend Felipe in Munich.
Yes.
And
fantastic guy.
So the E30 M3s had to, for Italy, it had to be under 2 liters for taxation purposes because they got taxed on the size of the engine.
Right.
And the normal E30 M3 was slightly over 2 liters. And it would have been excessively priced in Italy. So what they did was they slightly took out a little bit of the stroker bore in the engine. They got it down to like 1.9 something liters. They didn't put on the big boxy fenders. They put it in as a narrow body, slightly smaller engine car. But if you pop the hood, it says M-Power. And these are rarer than any of the cars.
What color is it?
It's red over black. So it's the twin of the other E30 M3 that I have.
Wow.
So it's got big wheels coming out of the wheel wells, but no fenders on it, and
And
a
where-
very small spoiler.
Where is it now?
It's in Munich, but it is due here any day. I told Felipe, he was tormenting me to buy this car, and I made the mistake of saying, I don't want to fly over another car. I don't want to ship over another car. I don't want to deal with the whole importation. Now, if the car was here at a certain price, I'd find it irresistible, but it's not.
Yeah.
And then he called me a week later, and he says, it's going to be there at your price.
Wow.
So he called my bluff, and I'm getting a car. And he sends pictures every once in a while. Your car is coming. So I expect it to be here.
Is there any
soon.
more?
Congratulations on
Thank
this.
you.
This is a really cool, what we call a eccentricity.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a fascinating off item.
How
It is.
how would you guys, having bought so many cars, now rate your car is coming excitement?
That's a good
He
question.
taught me something.
It seems like the longer we get into this thing, the more we appreciate those messages.
When I first met Jerry, he had a car. He told me about a car coming. I said, "When are you going to get it?" And he said, "The longer it takes, the better it is."
Right.
The long and I thought that was strange, and now I realize the longer this car takes, it's perfect before it comes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's everything is perfect before it gets here.
Those
When
messages are so exciting to get. Your car's on the way. Your car's in production. It's almost anticlimactic now when it arrives.
The problems begin when it gets here.
Yeah.
When it comes, then I got problems.
The anticipation of I guess it's just a way of saying I've learned to appreciate the anticipation of cars and new things coming in, and appreciate those beats instead of getting anxious and waiting for stuff and going, why isn't it here? Why isn't it here? Right? There are really some enjoyable moments you can have.
It's all enjoyable moments. It's up to you to have the healthy philosophy to not ruin your own fun by either buying too much, buying stupid things just because you want to buy something, or, just not thinking it through. You do have to be careful.
Right.
You have to be careful. If you're careful, you won't ruin your fun.
He had plastic on mats in a car we were in today.
Really?
An 911 SC, and they were still wrapped in plastic, which I fully support. It just feels like the car is still kind of new in a way.
And that color is going to get dirty. That's why, I don't know. Maybe I should take the plastic off.
Don't.
No?
Why not?
No, I
It's
like this idea of like trying to get cars from the dealership with still the paper on the outside.
Right.
Delivery livery.
Yeah.
Delivery livery.
This is a Euro 83 SC with 7,000 miles.
This car is beyond Zuckerman.
It's
Really?
much faster than the American,
sure.
like 230 horsepower. And they have different exhausts. They have different.
We have a picture of it right here. We can throw it up, right?
What are it called?
for the EPA stuff, so they have a different catalytic.
Yeah. And they have the side marker lights. And,
Here it is right here.
Pacific Blue, which the guy got paint to sample. It wasn't available. It was an 82 color that they discontinued, so he got a paint to sample in 83.
Go back to that first shot and just leave us there for a sec. This color, Zuckerman, the reason I was attracted to this car is because it looks like yachting blue metallic.
It does.
Right? And you're saying it's Pacific Blue?
Pacific Blue, yeah.
It is stunning. This car, Zuckerman, this car is
How long have you had this?
I've had this car quite a while.
That's what I
I've
said.
never
I've
seen
never
it.
seen it.
Yeah.
I wish I had a picture. Show that front angle. There's also this funny yellow sticker. You can see it in the upper right-hand corner
on
there.
the windshield, on the driver's side. Yeah, right there.
What was
Is
on
that
the
a
other
New
side
York
of it?
sticker?
No, it's just a blank sticker.
No, on the
yellow
inside,
sticker.
I think it is an oil sticker.
Oh, really?
But the way it presents on the outside is like a unique, just square yellow rectagle.
This is
And you
it.
see the Euro plate on the front, the
Yeah.
white. I love those.
Yeah,
How
but
exotic
now,
that was.
no, you've triggered something in me that this is a Euro SC. It's not the neutered version that we have.
Yeah.
Right. So it was at this very shady dealership, which I think went out of business soon after I bought this car. But Sam knew the guy who spec'd the car, owned the car, and he called him and he said, "Yeah, that's my car, and the miles are real." And
Wow. This proves the old axiom: there can be great cars with not so great dealers.
That's right.
So when you approach that, when you think about any of these cars, because you can't really know like if a dealer is good or bad if you don't know who they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your approach is always the car itself.
well, you always feel better, obviously, if the guy seems reputable. But sometimes good cars are with disreputable people. But you can't let that get in your way.
You can't. Most of us would.
Yeah, it depends. It depends.
So
But having known the original owner of the car,
Right.
that it was a one-owner car, and he just gave it to that guy,
yeah.
and we knew the guy was shady.
And Sam is the conduit here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Although
gotta have-
Gianni found the car on the internet, and Sam said, "I know the owner of that car."
Wow.
Yeah, it was lucky.
And did the shady dealer try to make any moves?
No,
Shady moves?
I mean, it was a lot of money. I don't remember what it was. At that time, maybe 100. That was a lot for an SC.
Yeah. It's a special car.
Yeah, it's
This is a special car. It looks so good.
I can't afford
It looks
to get
so
crazy.
good.
Sure you can. If you can't, who can?
You know, me, I am impulsive. You know that. I
Yes.
don't mind making mistakes. I enjoy making mistakes. I enjoy lighting myself on fire, as you've pointed out, usually on Thursdays. It's
every Thursday.
Let me be imprudent. Let me just buy something
Tomorrow's
just to
Thursday.
see how it's going to work out.
This is great. And
Yeah.
we're all having breakfast together.
Yeah.
What will get bought tomorrow? But this car, this color combination, which I've never seen before.
Yeah, the interior is just really nice. I don't know if you have any shots of that.
I don't
Take any
think
other
we do.
pictures?
I didn't take any interior
It's like
shots.
a putty color. It's really great with the blue.
All right, we have tons of questions. Oh, hey, before we do that, let's look at this. I told you there was some embargoed new Porsche information coming in. There's the new 911 Spirit 70 right there. Porsche brings back eye-catching Pasha pattern. That's the seats with 911 Spirit 70. There was an email sent to me. I had to sign an NDA, and I got really excited for a second about this new Porsche model.
Yeah.
And then this guy came up. It's a 911 GTS cab with olive neo paint. And see, scroll down here. It has
neo.
this unique Pasha interior.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not for us. They make this for other types of fans. We're in a different demo.
They're only going to build 1,500 units
Okay.
of the Spirit 70.
Okay.
Good.
Prices start at $242,000, which is more expensive than a GT3. But is it worth it, Jerry?
If what you like are visual elements that signify nothing, sure. But
Well said. I think it's awful.
I just don't like the yellow. I mean, I love the Pasha interior. Let's look at the car. But it looks like an appearance package, right? On a great car, which is the hybrid GTS cab, which by itself is, you could probably build a better one, right?
Yeah.
And then do special wishes seats
yeah,
in the Pasha. Yeah.
vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios, Spike.
Another thing consigned to the rubbish bin by Jerry. The poor copywriter guy for the vacuum.
If it's not for us, who is it for?
You know, there are people that want distinctive visual elements.
Right.
You know, you got that 911. Who remembers that but us? The 70s 911 graphic there on the hood. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bit of a mishmash of ideas, I have to say.
Are you in the mood to answer questions?
I am. But I think this new hybrid turbo idea is genius.
Why?
Because you don't need to, the engine exhaust doesn't have to spin the turbo. The battery spins it. How did nobody think of that?
Right?
Right? So
Right.
it's always spooled up, always ready to go. I really want to try that.
All spooled up.
It's all spooled up.
See,
And
that's
bricked
better
up.
than all
I'm
bricked
spooled
up.
up.
Scholar Financial Advising is an independent hourly flat fee financial advisory firm that provides financial strategy and advice
No
without
big smiles in finance, okay?
handing you over to
We
your
like
accounts.
serious people with money.
No more sales
big
commissions, Jerry.
How about a jacket?
And button up your lip.
I'll give you a commission if you put on a jacket and calm me down with my money.
That's got to be an AI generated guy. That's not even a real guy. Stay in the driver's seat. So what these guys do is they're not taking a big piece of, whenever these traders, they make these trades, they take big pieces of it. These guys just have an hourly rate. They can help you with anything. Vintage car collecting, watches, and golf, and tennis. They can do all of it. They can advise you on how to lead a better life.
Great.
Scholar works with you to create a personalized financial plan for a flat fee and then works with you on an hourly rate for all financial questions, overall strategy, and second opinions. So they're going to help you get the cars, Jerry.
He really gets these garage band startups, doesn't he?
Do they have testimonials?
Are they paying?
Oh, look at this.
Their money's good.
Check this out. In 2001, Scholar Financial advised me to buy Steve McQueen's 917. Then shortly after, Vic Elford's Rolex Daytona. I owe these pencil pushers my life. Jerry Thurgood Seinfeld. I had no idea.
What is all this?
Your middle name was Thurgood. Anyways, check them out. Visit scholarfinancialadvising.com/Spike911 to sign up for a completely free, no obligation call to see whether independent hourly financial advice makes sense for your portfolio. Scholar Financial Advising is a paying sponsor of Spike's Car Radio, and investing involves risk. You can read more about the risks of investing and conflicts of interest in the show notes.
Dress up.
And put on a goddamn
close your
jacket.
mouth.
You AI
your
freak.
Yeah. Get serious.
Could we, we'd really love to be in a Seinfeld episode. Are you sure about that? We've noticed they rate pretty well. The views are up really high. I go, yeah, but the Jerry part. Why? Clearly you're not watching the show. All right, we have lots of questions. Lots of really good questions, and I hope I don't screw this up because I read a ton of them that I was like, oh, this is really good. This is already starting off bad. Jerry, California 912. What are your top 3 Porsche blues? Blue colors.
Easy.
Go.
Mexico, Oslo, and Gulf.
Oh, that's a good question. You are the king of blues.
I'm
though.
the king of blues.
You are the king of blues.
Yeah.
You work in blue almost exclusively.
Yeah.
Matt
Now that
Jelinek.
BB King is gone.
Matt Jelinek, our friend from Australia, Getty photographer, who chose the cars in Unfrosted.
That was chosen by our executive producer, Spike Ferriston.
And with the help of Logan Sixton,
By the
who
way,
is our car corral guy, who, Jerry, did Total Recall, Sicario, and Blade Runner.
Wow.
but I'll tell you who really waxed our tail was Seth Rogen in the studio. He's got good cars in there. Did you see that MGB he's driving?
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yes. And it's got a 992.
Yeah.
Ike Barinholtz is driving a 992. There
Yeah,
are lots of great cars in
They're
that,
doing
in that
good,
show.
a good job on that show.
And what is the White Lotus with the watches? They're finally getting around to like giving the husbands something to look at. They know the
really?
women are driving the viewing of these shows. So like with White Lotus, carefully curated watches on everybody's wrist. Yeah, it really, really good stuff.
Right.
You seem to have responded to a question already here. It says Porsche 55003. What was the question?
What car and race would I like a T-shirt of?
Oh, yeah. The idea is we answer the questions on the show here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Strap Habit, when Jerry gets a new car, what is the process of forming an opinion on it and how long does it take?
Well, that's kind of interesting. As we know,
Yes.
a lot of times when a car arrives, almost always you open the door, you get in, and immediately emotionally crash.
That's right.
Right. and hopefully it changes when you start the car and drive it. But usually when you first get in it, that always seems to be a moment of what the hell did I do? Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Little regret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little fear.
Did you go through a loop-de-loop with the Jag E-Type?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, because I bought it at auction too.
Right.
So you know that there's
Yeah.
oh my God, did I really outbid everyone?
Yeah.
Holy shit, what an idiot I am. I could have bought this any other day of the week, anywhere else, and cheaper. So
Yeah.
there's that. And and getting into that car and the compromises of how you have to get in and learning to drive it. Yeah, you have to, the appreciation comes a little later.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nice when it comes around.
Dwight Knowlton was who asked that question. Carpe
Dwight
Gear.
Knowlton, let's bring him out.
He's a great animator who does all that car stuff that we love.
What did he
Writes
ask?
books.
What was his question?
He was the one who was asking about cars and race. He can actually do an amazing. He's going to actually execute on that.
Oh, okay.
You're going to get what you want
Oh,
at a
great.
high level. You're
Oh,
going to
cool.
love that. Regular car reviews. I'm not going to read your question. It's a horrible question involving diarrhea. Why would you do that? You're
Why
funny.
would you do something like that?
Why would you do something like that? You're so funny, though. I love your site. I love your posts. Jerry, my Resense wants to know, do you recall the time where you laughed the hardest? Or you actually had the hardest laugh
Wow.
ever? That's rough. Because
That's
you
rough.
laugh a lot.
I laugh a lot.
Yeah.
Larry David and I were watching a football game the other day, and I said, what do you think of this protocol in the NFL that you cannot help up a guy from the other team? You can only help up your own teammate. I said, if you were on a football team, Would you abide by that? This is the show you want Larry and I to do.
Yes,
right?
it is. This is. I want to put
He
cameras on
said,
this.
well, I'd have to give it some thought. And I wouldn't want to upset my teammates or my coach if I helped up the other guy. So I might say to the guy, I'd really like to help you, but I'm in a very awkward position here. And we really laughed really hard at that. And him in the NFL is funny.
Yeah.
And him looking down at a player on the ground and wanting to help him the way Larry would equivocate,
Right.
I'd love to help you, but I'm really in a very awkward position.
I pitched Jerry. I said, can I just shoot any meal you have with Larry?
Yeah.
That's why you guys are still around. I just want to shoot the conversations. Because to me, that's a whole show. Mm-hmm. Like you
God.
just saw it, right?
That was the show.
That was the show.
What do you think the dialogue is? It's me and Larry
I know,
talking.
but now Larry is a guy too. Back
Yes,
then
he
you
is.
were just a guy. Larry's a guy. Now you got the two guys. And
but the dialogue survives in the show.
Yeah. But it's a whole new thing now. Now we have the guy behind who became a guy, the original guy, and now they're in a show together. You did a little bit in Curb.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it, and I went, boy, I could watch a lot of this.
Yeah, we had fun doing that.
You temper each other's
yes.
Tone
Yes.
in a way.
Yeah.
You keep him from getting that caustic. He keeps you from getting too goofy and corny, and that's what makes it work.
It's a good version of My Dinner with Andre.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
unwatchable movie.
Yeah, comedy.
I think I pitched it as, it was going to be a lead up to the Elaine dance contest with what's the team that does it? The Cyclones, the Brooklyn Cyclones.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Cyclones.
Because the both of you said you were going to go this year in the summer.
Yeah, we might go.
Minor league team. And I said, let me shoot conversations leading up to that, and we'll have a great hour documentary.
Yeah.
Funny hour documentary.
But that was also Comedians in Cars was that idea also. Just comedians
That's true.
talking.
Jaden Cancel wants to know, what do you miss most about older cars that's lost in today's modern designs? In other words, what design cues have been lost in modern cars that were available in old cars that you love?
Small dashboards that do not impede your forward vision. And thin A-pillars.
Right.
Right?
Lots of glass.
Lots of glass. 911s or even this Mercedes, just the views.
Mm-hmm.
The views out of old cars are so much better, some of them.
997.1 James, will Jerry consider using Maurice Solomon, purveyor of fine automobiles, for any future sales from his collection? Good question. I think
I just heard about this.
Yes.
Most likely they would be acquisitions, right?
We would like that.
From Mr. Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have to talk to our boss, who's
Right.
my son.
Yeah. Of course. I just want to go through proper channels.
Talk more about Subaru. Clinton Kakatin wants to know. We all love Subarus here.
Well, Subaru, here's why people love Subaru.
I think they want to know why you love Subaru.
The reason I love it is the same reason other people love it, is because we sense on some instinctual level integrity from people. I don't know the people that make Subarus, but by their wares, you know them.
There's an honesty.
Yeah, you feel it. You just, and that's the whole thing that we do here. Who made this? What kind of person was it? What were they thinking when they made it? What were they trying to do? And you feel this with, to me, VW in the 60s, Mercedes for many decades, not lately. Subaru seems to stand out. I like Honda too. I feel there's a certain integrity, a certain honesty, a certain ethical.
There's ethical quality.
Yeah, there's an ethical quality to a Subaru. And I think they really love cars, and I think they want to be themselves. There's nothing worse than people that want to find out what you like and try to be that.
Right.
We like people that just want to be themselves, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Authenticity.
Authenticity, yeah.
I drove the Crosstrek this week and remembered just the flow, how it flows, how it rolls, how nice people are to me in traffic. Immediately, people were just letting me in. You go in.
Sure.
We love Subaru, guy.
Yeah.
It's a great car.
Yeah.
I had ruined one of the panels on Jack's cars. He had tree sap on a plastic trim piece on the rear and on the glass. And I said, I know what's going to get that off, some goof off. I got the rusty can of goof off out, put it on the glass. You see this, kids? This is how you get sap off. I put it on the plastic. It just started melting. It says in little tiny things that I can't read on the back, do not use goof off on plastic trim.
God,
It will melt it.
You don't see a lot of Subarus in Japan. You don't see a lot of Hondas in Japan.
Oh, yeah?
It's all Toyota.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Has Jerry ever curbed a rim?
I did on your Tesla that we...
that's right. It wasn't mine. That was a press car.
It was a press car. I curbed Spike's press car.
Model
It was
3.
a Tesla Model 3.
They chuckled.
But yeah, I've done it a couple times. One of the worst feelings in life.
How long does it take you to get over a minor little accident like that?
I'm still not over it.
You still think about that?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curbing a rim is the worst.
I feel it for about 24 hours. I always call him first. He's the first person I call. I'm the first person he calls. He goes, "You're not going to believe what I did." It's always horrible.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to start the healing right away by admitting it, talking about it.
Yeah.
And then I just feel really bad. And then I bother people like Anthony Lehner, like I did with the goof off, and said, "You got to fix this for me."
Such a relief when it's repaired.
Yeah.
Everybody dings stuff up. It's like you're dinged up.
Here's a good question from Yalaiki Visto8. These names. What are your wishes for the new Porsche hypercar, the new Halo car, which has not been announced? We don't know what it is. What are your wishes for it? What do you hope it is?
Not fully electric. In one phrase.
And
if
that's
it's
it.
fully electric, I'm sure it'll be amazing, but
So something akin to a 918.
yeah.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think they're going to make the Mission X, and if they are, they're not going to make many of them. And I think there's something else. I think you're right.
Do you think they have to be cooking something up?
I think they're
Like
late.
this? Yeah.
I think the Mission X was that, and then they've changed course. That's what I think. That's my guess.
I have talked to some people that they are, well, everybody knows the whole electric car trend is really cooling off. Maybe this is not the way to go.
Well, maybe not with this brand.
What do you think about these posts that the BMW has completely given? They're going away from electric, completely going hydrogen. Have you seen those posts?
I have, and I often wonder, are they just, floating balloons, seeing what the reaction is going to be, just putting a finger into the air
That's
and
interesting,
checking the direction of the wind.
Right.
Interested to hear Jerry's take on design. Have his tastes in automotive styling shifted with time, or are they timeless elements that he's always admired?
Timeless elements that I've always admired. I like beautiful cars, but beautiful cars that people don't fit in offend me. Beauty is great, but if I can't get in it, it's stupid.
The Italo-German divide.
Yeah. I mean, that's where Porsche really, I think, straddles both. It's like they have a beautiful design language, but they always make it fit the driver.
Jerry's Porsche prototype race car collection is shrouded in mystery.
Shrouded. Put the shroud on him.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't think people know what I have.
The shroud of Tour.
Why don't you just give us one that would make us crazy?
Well, I have Vic Elford. I have the first Porsche ever to win a 24-hour race overall, which was Vic Elford's 907 Longtail.
68?
68. Also the first Rolex Daytona given to a race car driver for winning a race.
Do you keep those together?
No.
Do you sell them separately?
I've lost track of the watch.
You really don't know where it is?
No, it's in a safe. I put it in a safe.
The next to that Paul Newman Daytona, this is up there. That's a big-ass watch. That watch.
So you say. You're the one that made me buy it.
I tried to make you buy it over many years.
Yeah.
And then the
I
price
bought
kept
it.
going up and up and up.
And
But
when
still,
he received it was one of the greatest fits I've ever
why don't you
witnessed.
tell everybody what happened? Remind them what
I
happened.
don't remember.
I do. I do.
I do.
I do. Go
This
ahead,
piece of
Zuckerman.
shit will never see the light of day again.
Why did you talk me into this?
Oh, the specific quote was, he put it on, he looked at it, this piece of shit will never see the light of day ever again.
Do we start the bidding at $2 million? They should quote that directly when Phillips ends up sending this watch. Mr. Seinfeld remarked when he received the watch, and I quote,
This piece of shit.
"See the light of day. Why did you talk me into buying this, Spike?"
Oh, God.
All right, before we go, B. Tyndall just wants you to leave us with a little bit of Marcus Aurelius wisdom. Do you have any Marcus Aurelius wisdom left for all of us to think about before we leave you tonight?
Always remember,
Yes.
it's always a choice to get upset.
Oh,
It's always a choice. Do not lose track of the mechanism from upsetting event to I'm upset. There's a mechanism in between those two things happening.
Right.
It doesn't have to be, I have no control.
that was not apparent when the Vic Helford watch was put on.
I had not read Aurelius yet.
Yes. He should have appeared on his shoulder right then. Marcus should have appeared and said, Jerry, it's a choice.
Do you think that character is a show of some kind?
What character?
Marcus Aurelius. Because people are getting more into him.
You know, I bought the book.
Yeah.
I read a page every day to just
it's
remind
fun.
me how to start a day right, get
Yeah.
my head straight.
Yeah.
They did
I
this show.
love what I read.
David Carradine.
Really?
Remember Kung Fu?
That's Marcus Aurelius?
Kind of.
So he's like the
Kind of this.
the
It's
equalizer.
Yes.
What about the feasts and the women and the
Okay. And the sharing of the poop stick.
Yeah.
You know about that part?
No.
They didn't have toilet paper.
Oh, we almost made it a whole show.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We almost made it a whole
Yeah.
show. Well, Jerry, thank you for coming.
It was fun.
People love it when you come on this show.
I love coming on the show.
Some people say in the comments the only reason they watch our show is because they know every once in a while Jerry stops by. So
that's
thank you for
pretty-
stopping
that's
by
awfully nice.
and
Thank
keeping us in business. Zuckerman, it's good to see you too.
Thank you.
Coming fresh from work, looking sharp,
Fresh.
looking gorgeous.
Anything but fresh.
We'll have to pick up the conversation about Morris Solomon's and make some choices for logo. Also, get your Sheffield Grun, the new olive
So
green commission, which is selling like hotcakes. Go to SheffieldWatches.com and check it out. That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week on Spike's Car Radio. Bye, Jerry.
See you later, Zuckerman.